Hi everybody. If you are watching this video, it is because you would like to learn some basic fiddle techniques that will help you with the Orange Blossom Special, which is one of the most famous fiddle pieces that is around in the repertoire. So today I'm going to show you very basically how to play that song, and then if you look on my YouTube channel you can find me playing it about medium speed, even though I called it the slow version. And then there's a fast version, and then there's what I call my version, which is where I change some of the rhythms and some of the endings and some of the notes in between just to make it my version, which is what we're going to be working on this week at my fiddle camp in Crandall Gibbons. But first, what I'm going to do is show you how to play the beginning of Orange Blossom Special, which is, if you got the email that I sent, it has this sheet on it, which is called the train part. So we're going to talk about that in a second. I'm going to show you exactly how to do this. And then on that email as well, there's a viola and cello part here. And that's going to be for the advanced kids and at the camp. And then also we have the advanced song, because this is pretty difficult. It uses double stops, which involves using two notes at one time. So I'm going to be teaching you how to do all three of these things. But first, we are going to start with this sheet, which is the train part, which actually every part has. So let me get my violin. The train part of this song is just like what it sounds like. It's supposed to sound like a train. And what I wrote on the sheet is that we're going to be doing first finger slides. I'm going to turn here so you can see exactly what I'm doing. But in the beginning, we're going to start with our first finger on the D string here, which on the violin is your third string over from the right. And you're going to start low right down here next to the nut. And you're actually going to play the bow. And you're going to slide up to where your first finger would normally be. So I say from low next to the nut to high. A lot of students have finger tapes here so that you know exactly where high is. So you slide up and then do it again, slide up and then slide back down. So that's part of the train song. And then we're going to do something called left hand pizzicato, which is when you take your third finger in your left hand and you're going to find the E string if you're violin, and you're going to go pluck, pluck, pluck with your third finger. So you're going to put your finger down and just make it so that it's pulling the string. So you're going to, let me show you that again. It's slide up, slide up, slide down, pluck, pluck, pluck. And you're going to do that 2 times in the beginning. You might notice that I'm shaking my hand like this. It's something called vibrato. If you don't know how to do that, don't worry about that yet. So you can just do it basically without the vibrato. And then the next part is when you're going to go over to the A string, and you're going to put your first finger low there and do the exact same thing. So slide up, slide up, slide up, pluck, 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 slide up, slide up. So that is one option. And then if you might notice on that sheet of paper, on the bottom, see how it says or? So you could do that top line here, or you could do the second part. Let me show you how you can do that. So for violins and violas, you're going to put your second finger low. So finger tape is normally about here, but you're going to put it low right next to your first finger. And you're going to do the same thing. You're going to slide up to where that tape would be. So you're going to go slide up, slide back down, and then pluck. Again, that is on your G string, which is your 4th string from the right, your G string. And then you're going to do the same thing on the D string. So you're going to start low on the D string with your second finger right next to your first finger. You're going to slide up, pluck, pluck, slide up, slide down. And then together, it'll sound a little bit like this. that time I was playing both the parts at once, but your child can actually choose one or the other. Why I did it both at the same time was just so that you could see what it would sound like as a group together. So that should sound a little bit like a train. And during the camp, we're going to talk about how you can really like be creative with this train part. Eventually, you could make up rhythms with it. And you could go slide faster and slower at some point. So it sounds like a really good train. Okay, and then the next part I'm going to show you is, well, this part actually, I should say, the viola and the cello part is basically the same thing. And since this is for the advanced kids, I can show you how to do that in person. But next I'm going to show you how to do this version, which at the beginning uses the same thing, has the sliding, and actually for the advanced kids, we're going to do something where you have your first finger on 2 strings at once. So you have the double stops, or the 2 strings at once, and you're going to do the same thing. Slide up, pluck, pluck, pluck. And then you're going to go to the E string and do it. And then you're going to go down the scale for this part. And then, sorry if that last video got cut off. This is a continuation of learning how to play the Orange Blossom Special, the harder version. So we just ended with the sliding part and the plucks. So this part, pluck, pluck, pluck. And then this part just transitions you from that part to the main part. So this is like a little bridge. This part, again, is going to be for the advanced students that can already play, especially high 3s in the G string. I did there. And then this next part, I wrote on the sheet that first we're going to have eighth notes, then 16th notes, and then we're going to get into the version that's actually on the page. So let me show you that. If you notice on the page, there are 2 notes at the same time. There are double stops. I'm going to show you without doing the double stops first, because for some students they haven't learned or mastered double stops yet. So you can actually choose just to do the top note. So I'll choose just to do the top note right now, and then I'll do both in a minute. So first we're going to start with E, which is first finger on D, and then our A string. And we're going to do 8th notes. Then add F, then add B with an E string, then C sharp and E. And then we're going to go back and do 16th notes. Same thing, same notes. And then we're going to go back and do 16, or the hard version, which is a complicated rhythm. Let me talk about that a little bit. This is a rhythm that's usually used a lot in bluegrass. So you have 12 notes, and they are divided. To make it simple, I tell kids to count it 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 on the 5th of it. So I'll show you what that is. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Because that all adds up to 12. And then we're going to do the same thing for the next part, except here we're going to have a first finger here on the top string, and then your first finger is actually going to slide up so it's right behind your second finger for C natural. And it's going to slide back down. So I'll show you that really slow. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. First finger, slide up, slide back. And the counting again for that is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's one of the hardest parts to get in the whole song. And the next part is again the counting, but it's more simple with your fingers. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. you've got the same thing as before with the finger sliding, except it's on your A and your E string. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, slide up. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's without the double stops. If you add the double stops, it'll sound like, actually let me get in a position you can see them. It'll sound like this. And that part is going to repeat, and it's going to get a lot faster, like this fast. That's about how fast we'll go in camp. We won't go as fast as it can go, but that's how fast we'll do it in camp. And then to move on to the next part, this part is a lot more simple because it mainly has single notes. But watch the slurs that I'm doing. So I'm going slur, separate, slur, separate, separate, slur, separate. Here are the double stops. First finger on 2 string, the A and the D string, and then do the same bowing on this part, except the notes are in the E string. Here's a double stop if you can. That's a triplet there. Here's a double stop with 2 fingers, or second finger on A and then third finger on E. So again, if you can't do any of the double stops, don't worry about it. Just do the top note. But this part's going to go a lot faster, about like this. I won't play the whole thing right now. And then at the very end, we're going to talk at camp about adding a tag, which is like an ending that's to the song that's really cute. I tell people this one. I go, here is the end of my song. Most people have heard that one, but we're going to talk at camp about how to make up your own tags for the end of the song. So that's basically how Orange Blossom Special will work. Don't worry if you can't get it before camp, because we're going to work on it there, but hopefully this will help with your practicing in the meantime. Thank you. If you're watching this video, it's because you want to learn how to play When the Saints Go Marching In. We are going to be doing this at my fiddle camp in the next few weeks, but feel free if you want. If you're not going to the fiddle camp, you can also learn this by ear, or by emailing me and getting the music, or by finding the music online. This piece is in A major, and the sheet music that you have, at least for my campers, should look like this for people who can't really read music well. And then if you have a viola or cello part, it should be a normal part that looks like this, the normal notes. And then also, if you can't play fingers very well yet, this is an open string part that will have the A, the E, and the D string. That is for violins, violas, and cellos that are pretty beginner. So right now, I'm going to show you how to play the basic melody. I'm going to talk a little bit about how we can improvise on this song, and we're going to do this more at our camp. And then I'm going to show you also the basic open string harmony part for it. So first, if you can take out this sheet that has the simple finger numbers on it, we're going to learn the melody on violins and violas. So this song starts with A, 2, 3, E. And I wanted to say every time there's an E string or an E written, for violas, you can actually do your 4th finger. So you could go A, 2, 3, 4. So that's the beginning note, the beginning measure. And then it repeats again. go marching in. Then it goes, oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, how I long to be in that number. Yes, oh, when the saints go marching in. And like I talked about on my Orange Blossom special video, if you don't know how to do vibrato yet, which is the shaking of the hand like this, don't worry about it. You can just play the fingers as you normally do without having vibrato. So that's how you play the melody part. Then I'm going to show you how we're going to do the harmony part. So this mainly uses just the A string, the E string, and the D string. And if you play viola or cello, the E, instead of using the E string on violin, the E on viola and cello is going to be first finger on your D string. D string is going to be your second string from the top. But I will show you how it will be played on the violin. So it goes A, 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 A. Oh, when the saints go marching. Now to the E. 3, 4, 1. Now stay on the E. Oh, how I. Now go back to the A. Long to be in that. Now to the D string. Number. Stay on the D. Yes, oh, when the. Now to the A. Saints go. Now to the E. Marching in. So I'm going to play the whole thing of the open string so that you could play along with me at home. Okay, here it goes. Start in the A. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, how I want to be in that number. Yes, oh, when the saints go marching in. And again, if you play viola or cello, for viola you could actually use, you could use fourth finger on your A if you can do that. But if you're playing this part, that usually means that you can't do the fingers quite yet. So, or can't do them very well. So we're going to have you just try actually to just use your first finger on your D string for every time it says E. So I hope that makes sense and helps you with your practicing of Saints Go Marching In. Hi everyone, if you're watching this video, it's going to be about how to improvise on When the Saints Go Marching In. We are going to be doing this song at our fiddle camp in a couple of weeks, and I have this version that I've emailed out to some of you, and if you are another online watcher that is viewing this, then feel free to learn it by ear. I'm going to show you just a couple of basic ideas about how to improvise on this that we'll go over in the camp. Just so that you can practice at home. So if you're watching this video, you should have already mastered the melody of When the Saints Go Marching In, and this is going to kind of continue on the melody and just adding a couple of little things in the song that will make it sound fun and make it creative. So the main place to improvise in this song is when there are long notes that are held, and I'm going to keep it really simple at first, which is when you have a note that is held, we're just going to change the rhythm on it. So here's an example. In the beginning, oh, when the saints, when you have that long E, you could always do something like this. Oh, when the saints. That's one example. And the second time, go marching in. Notice I'm swinging the rhythms. Dun, 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 dun. That's called swinging. And then here's another place you could improvise. On this first finger. And then here's the next part. Oh, how I want to be in that number. Yes, so when the saints go marching. Here you can improvise. I did on those, on the first E, the second E, the first finger, and then the A, or sorry, the A at the end, which are on this sheet are located here, 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 and here, are places you could improvise. Basically what I did was just change the rhythm. You can do anything, but just... I like to add triplets, but be creative with the rhythm. We'll talk about this during the camp. So that's one way you could improvise on it, by just changing the rhythm and using that note that we landed on, the long note, and changing the rhythm on it. But another thing that you can do when improvising is, since this key is an A major, we can use an A pentatonic scale. If you've done normal scales, which I'll show you what that is, you're just going A, 1, 2, 3, A, 1, 2, 3. Then the pentatonic scale, you're just going to use these fingers. A, 1, 2, skip this note, play E, skip the second finger. So it sounds like this. So it's really similar to the scale, except that you skip 1, 2, 3, the fourth finger, you skip that one, and then 5, 6, you skip the seventh note. So that's the pentatonic scale, and a lot of people use that in bluegrass music to improvise on. So let me show you what I mean. So here's an example. Oh, when I sing. And then the next part. Go marching. So really what I did was played most notes in the pentatonic scale. So occasionally I added this third finger just because I was quickly passing through it. And then I usually just swung the rhythm. So what you could do is practice the pentatonic scale just like that. Try swinging it. And then try just kind of going up and down the scale and changing it around a little bit. Just holding a couple of notes, going back up, going back down. That's some ways that you can have variety in the improvisation. So again, those spots, I showed you where those spots are that you can do that, and have fun with being creative with that, and being creative doing the pentatonic scale with it.